Alright, YouTubers, so it has been, I think, a few weeks since I posted my last YouTube video on where I've been. I've been posting mainly shorts. I actually just posted one right now about exes, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. I was trying to switch up my content a little bit, not fully, but on certain things, like what am I gonna do? And one thing that I wanted to do was like a real channel. Like I didn't want to be fake. And not only that, like, maybe some people can relate to this, or maybe I can help some people, feel better maybe a little bit. Maybe they feel so alone. But basically right now I'm gonna talk about breakups, and specifically mine. But if you're not going through a breakup, just know like that's awesome, and if you're with somebody, that's great too. I hope you guys flourish, and I wish the best for you guys, I really do. But I would just want to talk about mine, because honestly, I just want to like come together. You guys have been with me for like 4 years now. Wow, 4 years. So I just kind of want to talk about what happened, and not give too much detail, not go into a full thing of it, but just let you guys know how I'm feeling and what truly happened that day. So let's start from the beginning. Long story short, me and them met in math class, and we liked each other, and we started talking beforehand, and we connected. We talked a lot. We really got to get to know each other, and then we started dating. That really was that. And during that, after like a week, I broke up with them because I was very like, I didn't know where I was. I was really confused about everything because, mind you, I liked them, but it was just like a lot, and my feelings were all over the place, and I hate leading people on. Personally, for me, like, I've been led on before, and it's the worst feeling ever, right? So I was just like, okay, yeah, no, like, I don't want to do this to you. We didn't talk for like a month after that because it was just kind of awkward. But then I felt that I needed to apologize, because literally right when, we broke up, we stopped talking, and I noticed a change in their personality. They seemed really sad, and I was just like, okay, like, let's talk. So I pulled them over, and right away, right when we started talking again, like, I apologized, but I realized, like, right when we started, seeing each other again and talking, there was still a spark, there's still a connection. I want to say after like 2 weeks of that, I was kind of like, oh, I want to get back together. And I was honest with them about that. And they said, yeah, definitely, let's do it. And then we ended up dating for 6 months. And the thing that's hard about that is, here's the thing. They didn't have the best reputation at school. Not a lot of people like them. But for me, I like giving people chances. I do. I really do. Because you know what? Things happen. People make mistakes. No one's perfect. Absolutely not. And so I wanted to give them a chance. Maybe these people are wrong. Maybe these people are trying to cause drama. Unfortunately, these people were right. And the reason why is, I don't like calling people bad people, but it's just what they did was the definition of that, right? I mean, I gave them everything. My time, my heart, everything. My, energy, money. I spent a lot on them, but they never spent anything on me. And I took them out on dates. I wanted to give them the world because that's an amazing feeling, right? And I'd make sure that they felt loved. I would comfort them. We were in the point of the relationship where we were saying, I love you. And I really meant it. But they didn't. So what ended up happening was, over time, they started changing. They were this really nice person, and then they changed into this like stay away from me. You know, the definition of, I don't want to cuss on here, and I'm not going to, but the definition of a, you know, not the greatest. I mean, you know, really like not good, right? And it started wearing down on me to the point where I was sad every day. I was like, what's going on? I was overthinking. And, you know, I was very much confused. I was like, did I do something wrong? And the thing about it, they would put that on me. They'd be like, oh, you're the reason why I feel this way. But I never did anything. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, it's me. Like, I know some people are like, oh, I didn't do anything. And they did. Like, no, I did everything for them. I supported them. I loved them. I was taking care of them. I was taking care of their family. And, you know, I was really trying to be there for them. But every single little thing that happened bad in their life, I would get the blame, you know? Like, it was crazy. Like, any single time, you know, we went through something, you know, it would be, oh, it's your fault, you know? And mind you, 3 months in the relationship, we never argued. Not one bit. Not one. It was right after I stopped playing sports when this all started to happen. And I can't say what they were doing because, well, I'm trying to make sure that I give them privacy, right? Okay, well, as long as I don't say their name and go into too much detail, it should be fun. Basically, I was trying to guide them on the right path because they personally saw themselves as like this person that, you know, this ugly person, as this person that's not smart, you know, very negative things about themselves. And they were also smoking and, you know, doing things that, you know, I don't want to go into like trigger warnings, that's why, but like doing stuff to themselves that weren't good for their body, basically, is what I can say. And I'm not about that, you know. I'm all about keep yourself healthy, everyone matters, and, you know, stuff like that. And so I really tried emphasizing that to them, like, hey, look, you're important, you know, like, don't do that, like, you can do so much better. I know you're an amazing person, you know, you're great, you know. But any single time I tried, they think that I would be controlling, which is false. You know, like, I love them no matter what. I was just trying to guide them on the right path. But at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do. And so, you know, like, any single time I tried to help them, it would be, get out of my face, go. Like, and then I would get the blame for starting something. And it's just like, I never wanted to start anything. I just want to make sure you're okay. And I would say that. And then they would be like, whatever. You know, and I was just like, what? It was very manipulative. And, you know, let's fast forward months later, they started being very like, oh, let's break up. Oh, let's not break up. Oh, I like you. Oh, no, I don't like you. Oh, I love you. No, I don't love you. And that hurt when they're like, oh, I don't love you. I never loved you. And then they'd be like, oh, I loved you. It's just like, what is happening, right? So for my own sake, I was just like, okay, you know what? Take your time, you know? And then, you know, I thought, okay, so we got kind of past that for a week. And then I received the text that nobody else wants to receive. Nobody wants to receive. We need to talk. Mind you, I just came back from dinner, so my phone was up here, and they called me like 6 times. I answered the phone. And I'm like, hey, are you going to break up with me? I already knew. I have really good intuition. And then they went, yeah, I am. And apparently, they told their mom some stuff that was very much false, right? And so that mom didn't want them talking to me, which that's their thing. Like, they don't want to talk to me, that's fine. Like, that's the parents, and I respect the parents' wishes, you know? And I don't care, you know, I'm just like, okay, like, all right. There's nothing else you can do, you know, but according to some sources that I found out, they told them some false accusations. They told the parents the false accusations so that they didn't have to see me anymore. Which to me, that was just kind of like, just tell me that you don't want to see me, right? But during this time, this is during spring break. So of course I'm sad. Of course I'm just like, what the heck just happened? You know? And I was very much sad. And, you know, I tried texting them like, are you okay? They ghost me. Right? And then they started calling me. And that's when I made a short about that. They kept calling me, text me, like, let's get back together. I love you. And I was just like, no. What? You know, so let's fast forward till now. And we were at school and they're like, can we call? And I was just like, what are you gonna gain from that, right? And then they said, like, let's talk, seriously, like one-on-one. And we can't really talk at school because we don't have a lunch together and we only have class, and obviously in class you can't talk. So I was like, fine, we talk. And they start saying, you know, like, hey, I really love you and I mean it. And of course, like, I'm like, or do they mean it? You know, and they're making me believe it. Like, I'm just like, huh? Like, this is new, because the way they said it, the way they were wording things. And then I was just kind of like, okay. But then the next day, they acted like they didn't know me. The definition of toxicity, people. So that's what I was dealing with. And then now I got angry, right? Of course, anybody's gonna get angry. So it's just like, just back off. You know, like, leave me alone. And so I said to them, like, listen, we're gonna pretend like we don't know each other. I'm done. I can't. And it hurts. Of course, I love them so much. I gave them everything. But I should have taken the signs that the people were telling me, but I just wanted to give them a chance. But now I do regret that, giving them a chance. But as of now, I'm okay. Like, is there still a little bit of wounds? Yeah, but I'm not as I was before. Like, before, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I was struggling. But now it's just like, I'm good. I can eat. I can sleep. I'm great. I've been watching some new movies. Hanging out with a lot of friends. You know, so that's what I mean. It's just like, if any of you are going through a breakup, or maybe you guys have a similar situation where the person is very manipulative, toxic, even controlling. Like, any single little thing that I did, it was a problem, apparently. Even though, like, some of the things, I can't say what they did, and I'm not going to say it on the internet, but they did something very disgusting, which, very illegal, mind you, with somebody else. Highly gross. And, you know, I was just trying to get them help. I really was. I was trying to, I don't want to put it this way, but, like, fix them, you know, make them a better person. Because I just want to see the best in everybody. And it never worked. You can't change something, or you can't fix something that doesn't want to be fixed, right? So, you know, like, they were just very toxic. Like, one time, they were wearing somebody else's hoodie when they have all my hoodies. They actually still have all my stuff, but I don't want it back because it's just like, I don't want those memories. I'll keep it over there, you know, I don't care. It's just clothing. Like, it's replaceable, right? So, anyway, they're wearing somebody else's hoodie, right? And they're like, I'm sorry, I was just really cold, because I confronted them about it, because of course that's a little weird. And, you know, they're just like, oh, it's really cold. I was hanging out with a friend, and, you know, and I was like, okay, like, the first time I was fine. But I'm sorry, after 5 times? That's gonna get a little suspicious, right? I'm gonna think you're cheating. That's a little weird. And they were very obsessed with this friend. So I found that really weird. Put the pieces together, and yeah, I don't know if they ever cheated. I don't know. I'm not gonna make assumptions like, oh yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I hope not, but I'm also not gonna say maybe they didn't. Like, I don't know. I hope not, but I'm also not gonna accuse, like, yeah, they did, you know. So, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, if any of you guys are going through that right now, my suggestion, advice, like, I don't have, like, a lot of experience, like, you know, but I do have quite a bit, to the point where, like, if you notice red flags, please don't do it. It's a waste of your time, and it's not good for you. You know, it's not good for your mental health at all, or your physical health even. Like, it's not good, you know, and you should definitely find somebody who values you. This person never valued me at all, didn't care about me. They say that they did, but of course, who's gonna admit to that? You know, they were always lying to me. I never knew it was true. I gave them numerous chances, and all I got was a stab in the back every single time. So I just want to say, like, if you guys are going through a breakup, and if you guys are just like, oh my gosh, or if you guys can relate, you know, I hope you can find comfort in this video, but just know, like, you're not alone, and I completely understand, and all I can say is, I know this sucks, but time, you know, and for some people, it's like, oh, that person, but think of, you know, like, there's so many people in this world, and some people struggle with the fact that they're single, and they're like, oh, I need to find somebody else. Like, don't do that. Focus on yourself for a little bit. I understand, like, I wasn't perfect. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I used to jump to relationship when I was, how old was I? Maybe 14 doing that, you know? When I was a little kid, just going and going. But one thing that I learned as I got older, like, that's not good. Like, focusing on yourself is better. It truly is. And it's not good, you know, doing that. Like, sometimes people need time for themselves, and to be away from this person. Like, you know, like, I'm just saying, like, I care for every single one of you guys. I truly do. And maybe some of you guys are like, well, you don't know me. Yeah, I probably don't, but I still care for you. You're still human, and I'd love to get to know every single one of you guys. You know, a lot of you guys have been watching me ever since I started this channel. And so I also want to make this channel a very loving channel as well. That's why I want to make these videos, so that maybe some of you guys can relate and feel better. You know, I just want to put smiles on people's faces. That's what I've always wanted to do. That's why I made gaming videos, you know, from the start, was to make people smile, to make people happy, to make people laugh. You know what I mean? So if you guys are going through a breakup, just know, like, you'll be okay. You know, if you guys ever need something, like advice, you can always comment, you know, as well. And, you know, yeah, like, you're not alone. It's okay. And, like, this breakup, I'm not gonna lie, breakups suck. This breakup definitely sucks. It still hurts. But do I know that that person's just not gonna change and is gonna keep on doing what they're doing? Yeah, 100%. I'm not going back to that. No. There's nothing else to discuss. Like, I remember I kept on trying to, like, think of, like, what else is there gonna be done? What else should be done? What else can I do? Because I was just full of anger. I got angry. But at the end of the day, sometimes silence is the best answer. And two, there's nothing else that you could possibly do, right? Sometimes it's just like, what is there else to say? Nothing. So me and them are no longer talking. I don't ever want to talk to them again. Unfortunately, I sit right next to them in class, but I have to pretend like that never happened. I never met them. And it truly does suck. But it's whatever. At the end of the day, I'm graduating soon. Hey, anyone else class of 2024? If you guys made it this far in the video. Hey, I'm graduating. You know, I'm going to college. I want to be a police officer, right? So, yeah, I have a future ahead of me. I do not need this. This is a little blimp in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's what my parents always put it as. Is this situation, or is this person gonna matter to you in 10 years? Are you gonna even know them in 10 years? And that's what I always say, especially about drama. Some people think drama is the end of the world. Is that certain drama gonna be, or is it really gonna matter in a couple of years, even a couple of months? So, but yeah, so I just want to put that out there. That's what's been happening in my life. At first I wasn't gonna put this on the internet. I actually made like 5 videos of this. No, 6 of these, but I was just kind of like, I don't want to do it yet because I'd cry, or I'd get too emotional and I couldn't speak, or I'd stumble. But now it's just like, it is what it is. You know, I'm not getting into detail on what they did or what truly happened, and I'm not putting their name out on the internet. You know, I'm not saying anything. It's just about what happened to me, what I experienced personally. So, you know, yeah. But now, like I said, I hope that made any of you guys feel better, and just know that you really matter. And one thing that I learned is that you need to really know your self-worth, and don't stay with a person that doesn't deserve you, who truly doesn't deserve you, you know, and that there's tons of people in this world, and that you matter very much. So your feelings, everything, you matter. And yeah, so I hope I helped any of you guys today. And that's my story, so that's why I've been, you know, mainly posting shorts and stuff, because I'm also going through this, right? It's a lot, you know, especially since I'm a senior, so that's already a lot on my plate. But, you know, it's a lot of me mentally, but I'm good, right? And so that's why I haven't been creating a lot of content, just shorts. But, you know, but yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, though, and I'll be creating content soon. It's just once I get out of this funk, I'll be good, but I'm already getting out of it. So, you know, yeah. But yeah, I hope I helped some of you guys today, and I just hope you guys have an amazing and blessed day. So, bye guys.